Hey everyone, Slash 2X here. We're going to go ahead and I wanted to do a quick video. I had a couple of comments about my last one I wanted to clarify. With this kind of video, we're not really going to do much. It's quite literally just a quick offshoot of what we were going over with that instructional manual last time. This time we're going to be covering your outfitting. What I want to cover real quick is just a little bit about the number-based system and the letters in this, what they mean. So, as you can see here, I have two pulse lasers mounted. Now, you can already see at a glance there's a significant difference between the two of these. This one right here is a 2F. You see the F at the top and then the 2 at the top as well. So what that indicates is the F is the tuning, basically. We'll go ahead and take a quick look at it. So there we are, the one I own. So, as you can see here, it's a second class and then a rating of F. Now, what this means is the classes, a lot of people get this confused. The classes in this game, that's the size of the weapon. Now, it does these inverted from what most people think of. A 1 is the smallest, 2 is higher, 3 is higher still, 4, etc., etc. The larger the number, the bigger the weapon. So, this is a 2F, so what that means is it's at the second sizing. So if we go back and I reload, you'll see here, this is a 1F. You can already see just at a glance, look at the size difference between the two. This 1F is minuscule by comparison to the 2F. So the F is the tuning, it's how effective that weapon is. So if I go look at a 2F or a 2E, you can see there's a significant difference in the capability between the two. So this 2F, it's better for being an F, or excuse me, for being a 2, but not, it's still an F. They're the exact same in that aspect. This hasn't changed. It's still the same tuning level. The difference is right here. It's a 2. It's a larger size. If I purchase this, it's going to show as a larger weapon on my ship. I'm actually going to be going to these 2Es, it looks like. Reason being, overall, it actually is a little bit better weapon. It doesn't look like it fires as rapidly is the big difference I'm seeing. 3.6, no? It's just a little bit slower, but it also has a slightly higher rating, which means it'll do a little bit more damage. Oh, actually, that brings me to the other point. So if you look over here, you have these different markers. These are fixed with this symbol right here. They don't move at all. These have a slight movement to them. They move just a little bit. They're usually actually a little bit weaker because of that, too. So that's how come this is a 2F as opposed to a 2E. That's the big difference between the two. You can see right here. 2E, yes, it does a little more damage, but it doesn't move at all, which means you need to be dead on your target. This gimbaled right here means that it moves a little bit. It gives you a little bit of leeway to work with, so you don't have to track your target as hard. Yes, I would do more damage with the 2E, but I'd have to be dead on every time I fire. I use fixed weapons, but I use them as secondaries. So, since these are my primaries, I'm going to go with the gimbal. That way I can make sure I hit that target I'm looking for. So, you'll see right here, kind of behind here, how it changes whenever I make this purchase. It's going to take that little one, replace it with a large one. Here we are. So, here's the little one disappearing. And there we are, my much larger weapon. So that's something I wanted to clarify because a lot of people have asked about that. Friends and family that also play the game are looking at it going, what the heck do all these numbers mean? The one thing I don't like about this game, and it's something I wish that they would do, is... I'll go to the undermount so I don't accidentally buy off something else I needed. It's very vague. So you have these 1G and all these other different things. So ones, these are always smaller. I only have small mounts on the bottom of my ship. I'm flying a Cobra Mark III. It is a G, though. So, I mean, it's not exactly high-end. It's cheap. That's why. But it is also slightly gimbaled. If I were to purchase something for here, I'm going to get the fixed mounts though. I'm a little short on cash at the moment, so I'll probably be looking at something when I get the money right around here or here. I'll probably go with this one, to be perfectly honest, just because it's got that straight line. It does just a little more damage. It's got that slightly higher rating. See, but if you look, this is my complaint. 1, 2, 3, 4 for damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't tell the difference. If I were to compare these two, though, you would actually see a difference. It would show that the one that has the F is better than the E. Oh, excuse me, the E is better than the F. But, unfortunately, you can't really see that. It's just kind of expected that you know it. You can see there's a power difference already, too. But there is a tiny power difference in here for actual damage. The different things outside of that are pretty self-explanatory. Power draw, the damage type, armor penetration, damage per second, thermal load, all these things. These things are pretty straightforward. It's up here in this class and rating that a lot of people get confused. So I figured I'd do a short little video explaining a little bit of that, just because it is such a point of confusion. This applies to everything. So if I go down in here and I'm looking at shield generators, if they have them. I don't know if they have them here. Oh, nope, a bunch of other random stuff. Let's see, what's something I could get a direct comparison on? Power couplings, you have that here? Nope. Power plant? Oh, here we go. So, class 4, it's a size 4, and then your ratings. So you can see the difference here. I have the D rating one equipped, which is better than the E. You can also see the other stuff's pretty straightforward. It's number values. I love number values. They're easier to work with. You can see the mass drops from 10 to 4. It's a more effective engine, despite being the same size, quote unquote. See, but here's what I'm talking about, the integrity. It's an A, and it's an A, but this A has more integrity than that A. They don't give you the actual numerical value on that. But the power capacity, direct numerical value, easy to work with. Oh, 10.0, excuse me, 10.4, 11.7. You can see the difference. You can say, oh, well, this one right here gives me an extra 1.3 to work with. It's very straightforward. It's when you get into the things like these ratings and where they start using letters instead of actual hard numbers to work with, it gets a little confusing. But yes, when it comes to rating your weapons, you need to look at your class. The larger the number, the better. The rating, the closer to the start of the alphabet it is, the better. So if you see like an I weapon, if it's got a rating of I, you might as well be throwing spit wads at your target. You're wasting your time. Get something that's a little bit higher. The lowest I like to dip into is about an F or an E. E is preferred, obviously. A little more damage. I'll dig into an F if I have to. And right now, in all honesty, I may throw a couple of simple little cheap F lasers on the bottom of my ship just to have extras down here. But that's all the basics for the weapons and the class rating, and hopefully that helps clarify a little bit for some people. Like I said, it's a bit of a confusing system. There's so many things in this game that people have had to figure out because nobody's explained it to them. The tutorials are great. They teach you the basics of flying and then say go have fun. It's much like, you know, any major sport. Yes, you can just go learn how to play it, but if you want to learn all the little nuances and all the different things that you could do to make it easier to do, you got to dig in on your own and find it. And I'm hoping that with a little bit of this instructional videos I'm giving out that people will be able to see that. Be able to see some of the little nuances that you miss on things like this. But that's all I have for today. Thanks again for watching. If you found the information useful, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want, go ahead and subscribe. I'm planning on having plenty more videos of the beta as it continues to progress.